Morning reception, and welcome to a virtual RE day. Not how we always do, but I hope you are ready and excited to learn about a different religion today. So let's get straight into it. So today we are learning all about Judaism. Say it with me, Judaism. Fantastic. Well, before we start, let's just remind ourselves why it's really important for us to learn about different religions. So we have lots of different religions in and around our school. Not everyone follows a religion, but it's really important for us to be respectful to everyone's religion. But also just learning about different religions gives us an insight to people's beliefs, and just to understand them better. So just be mindful before making comments about different religions, and try and be respectful as possible. So thinking back to RE Day last year, I know it seems like a long time ago, but it was before the Christmas holidays. We looked at the religion of Christianity. So I have a few questions, well, 3 questions that I want to ask you to see what you remember about Christianity. The first question being, what story did we learn about with the giant who was the enemy? So pause the video and have a think. Good. So I hope you said David and Goliath. I don't know if you remember too much about the story, but Goliath was the giant, and David ended up having a fight with him, and he had a sling and a rock, which eventually took down Goliath the giant. So well done if you remembered that. The second question is, what colours were the candles on the Advent wreath? So remember, you made an Advent wreath with Miss Houston. What colours were the candles? Pause the video and have a think. So I hope you said purple, pink, and white. And they symbolise joy, love, peace, and hope. And then what name the religious festival that Christians celebrate? So pause the video now and have a think. What is the name the religious festival that Christians celebrate? Perfect. So I hope you said Christmas. Remember, we did the whole nativity scene and you created your own and told the story of what happened that night when Jesus was born. So good job on remembering everything that happened. Well, everything that we had learned last RE Day. Now it's time to move on to this term's RE Day, which is all about Judaism. So there are roughly 14.5 million Jewish people across the world. So Jewish people are people that follow Judaism. They believe in one Hebrew God, and they believe that he created the world and he knows everything. So this is very similar to Christianity, which we looked at last term. So there are a few similarities between the two. So Judaism has no founder, but it begins with a promise that was established between God and Abraham a very long time ago. And we will go into who Abraham was next. He is considered to be the father of the Jewish people, and he's seen as a person who symbolizes trust in God. During his life, he went through many challenges, but he always believed that God will get him through them and like guide him on the right path, which he did. So Passover is a celebration of the story of Exodus, and this is where Jewish people remember how their ancestors left slavery behind when they followed Moses out of Egypt. They eat a Passover meal that represents different parts of the story of Exodus. Now moving on to Hanukkah, which is the Jewish festival of lights. So I don't know if you remember from when we had RE Day, which was all about Hinduism. The Hindu people also have a festival of lights, which is called Diwali. So this is sort of similar. So Hanukkah is the festival of lights, and the word Hanukkah means dedication in Hebrew, and they celebrate a miracle that happened in Jerusalem over 2,000 years ago. So a really long time ago, before I was born, before you were all born. but they still celebrate it to this day. It is a really special time for them. This is a Jewish symbol, and it is the Star of David. So this is the symbol of Judaism. Yes, the Star of David. So when Jewish people want to worship, they can go to a place called a synagogue. It isn't only used as a place of worship, though. It's also used as a place to study. They often use it as a community center as well. And synagogue services are normally led by a rabbi. Okay, so they go to a synagogue to worship. Just like all faiths, though, you don't always have to go to this place of worship to worship or to pray or anything. You can also do it from your house, but this is a place of worship. So moving on to their holy book, the Jewish people's holy book is called a Torah, and it's written in Hebrew. So it's a really special book that you're actually not allowed to touch it. So it's that special, you're not allowed to touch it. It's written in Hebrew, like I said, and it's the first 5 books of the Hebrew Bible. And Christians call this book the Old Testament. So if you go into a Christian Bible, at the beginning, it's called the New Testament. So that is what the Torah is. Jewish people's religious day, holy day, I should say, is called the Sabbath. So that actually begins when the sun goes down on a Friday night, and then ends on the Saturday when the sun goes down. So their holy day is on a Saturday, and it is set aside for people to rest and also to worship, to pray. The Jewish people do not eat pork or shellfish, and their food is has to be prepared in a certain way, and according to Jewish tradition. And this is called kosher. So you'd know that some items are kosher because it actually says it on there. But yeah, so their food has to be kosher. With their clothing, they wear religious clothing. So they have a Jewish prayer shawl. So a shawl goes around your shoulders, over your shoulders, I should say. And it's called a talit. And then like in the picture, the men usually wear a skull cap, which is called a kippah. So if you would like to learn a bit more about Judaism, I will leave this link below, and you can click on it, and there are some more facts that will help you understand the Jewish culture a lot more. And just a few questions before you go off and do your 3 activities. So the first question is, where is their place of worship? Good. So I hope you all said synagogue, because that is correct. Their place of worship is called a synagogue. And what did I say was the name of their holy book? Good job. I hope you all remembered Torah. And the name of the key figure in Judaism? Good job. His name was Abraham. And the last one is, name a religious festival that Jews celebrate. Good job. So there was 2 that you could have said. You could have said Passover or Hanukkah. So well done, reception. I hope this has set you up for your day, all of RE Day, all about Judaism. Enjoy your 3 tasks. You are looking at the story of Moses and him parting the Red Sea. You are looking at Noah's Ark. And what that story is all about. And you are also looking at Hanukkah. Okay, so have a great day, and I hope you enjoy all of your tasks. Bye.